God has been good, and I'll always praise His name. Now, this iYES has been something that me and Pastor Brian have been trying to get the right date so that I can come and speak. And I think that today was the day that God has made. And so I'm here. And I think also that we need to check the Amoateng, know whether there's some linkage, because I'm Mrs. Amoateng. So, and I'm not married to him, but he could be, there could be a linkage there. Mind shift, the topic for today. I'm going to talk about my journey and infuse it with the topic and the theme. So, I was born in Draso, Asante Achim. And at the age of 1, my parents left to the UK. And at the age of 5, they decided to come and get me to go and join them in the UK. And only about a month ago, my auntie was like, Dentaa, every time you do a speech, you always talk about, how you were raised in Draso, but you always leave the choco out. You were raised in Choco. When your parents left, I took you, and we lived in a house in Choco. And I only spoke Ga at the time. So I left, I joined my parents, and my parents only spoke Chi. And so the mind shift started then. I had to readjust and learn Chi. One thing that my parents always said is that if you had it, you beka Chi, ukwa bontia, ubetimaka French, Spanish, the opeso ubekebia ubetimaka be fear had it. You have to learn your culture and your language. When I started school, it was difficult because me bana ye tramiti. And I remember it was winter. And all I knew to eat was bordeni kontomre. That was my favorite food. When I went to school, they were giving me burger. I've never had burger before. What's burger? And I remember that I would eat the bread and leave the meat inside because I didn't know what it was. The journey was difficult because at a young age, at the age of 9 years old, I started my period as a young girl. And so that knocked a lot of confidence in me growing up as a child because I was a very sporty person. And so sometimes when I do sports and I'm on my period, I'll be leaking. And so every single time I'll be crying. I was like, Mommy, why? Why have I started this thing so early? I didn't get it. Until I found this person who encouraged me, a young friend of mine, Jeanette, was like, don't worry. Wear 2 knickers. She gave me solutions all the time. Look, in this world, there's nothing more powerful as a changed mind. You can change your clothes, your hair, your nails, your address, your spouse, your residence. But if you don't change your mind, you'll be in the same situation over and over again. She was changing my mind. She was making me more confident because I was scared of going to school. Now, as I mentioned, I was very sporty. And when I was growing up, I thought I was going to be an athlete because I was running for England at a young age. And you know Ghanaian parents, is either you have to be a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse. And so my dad encouraged me to be a nurse. Actually, he asked me, what else apart from singing and dancing and this sports that you want to do? And I said, I love children. And he said, okay, so what about doing a pediatric nurse? And I said, okay. But whilst doing that, I was still doing what I love. I was still singing, I was still acting, and I was building and shaping who I was. When I was doing my nursing, I found out that I was dyslexic. So, dyslexic is sometimes, does anybody know what dyslexic is? Put your hands up if you know what dyslexic is. Okay, there's a few people. It's good to learn about it because as I was growing up, and sometimes I would read to my parents, because what bon, want me read the idea no? Say. And all of these things really can affect your children. So if you pick up that there's an issue with their reading or the way they write, please go and check it out. So sometimes, even with my own date of birth, 13th March 1983, sometimes I write 1938. So sometimes you mix your words, you mix up your sentences. And I had to do my maths test to pass my nursing degree. I did my maths test 10 times because I kept on mixing the numbers. And the last time the university was like, Dentaa, this is your last try. If you don't pass, I'm afraid you can't pass your nursing. And that night I prayed, I was like, God, I need to pass these exams. I need to make my parents proud. I need to do this. And I got 10 out of 10 in the maths. Whatever you put your mind to, no matter the illness or the challenge that you have, if you believe, you can achieve. That's the first lesson for today. Now, as I was doing, so fast forward, as a senior nurse, I went as a nurse. I qualified at the age of 21 as a pediatric nurse. Quickly, in 6 months, I was a senior nurse. I was managing the ward. And in 2009, after me and my husband had our first child a year before, we were sitting down watching TV. And we saw these amazing Ghanaians, amazing people. And my husband said, there's no platform to celebrate our own. There's no platforms for young people to connect and say that this could be my role model. And so we set up the Guba Awards, which at the time was Ghana UK-based Achievement Awards, but now is Grow, Unite, Build Africa. So Guba started in a living room. Sometimes God puts things in our minds, gives us new ideas, and we have to fulfill it. But you have to know, He gives you opportunities, but you have to know when it is an opportunity. So, started Guba. I called up a few friends, which I knew were in different fields. So one was in marketing, admin, communication. Because sometimes when you're given a seed, you cannot grow the seed alone. You need people to be able to help you and nurture the idea. As I was doing Guba, raising sponsorship, we got a lot of no's when I went to sponsorship meetings. People didn't believe in the brand. They didn't understand the brand. And my husband said, let's sell our car. If we really believe in this Guba Awards, let's sell the car. And so we sold our car and did the Guba Awards. Sometimes you have to learn that you might have to give something up to enable you to get to the vision. Do you understand? Sometimes you have to sacrifice something for you to be able to get to the next level. Guba, the first event, was sold out 3 weeks to the event. We had Osibisa, we had the Ghana Black Stars, we had Channel 4, we had BBC. It was just incredible. And that was all out of belief. Whilst I was doing Guba, as I said, I was doing my nursing. So I decided to do night shifts so that during the day, I can do the Guba stuff. How badly do you want what it is that you are going for? I didn't sleep because the night shift, as soon as I finish at 8 in the morning, I rush home, I take my son to school, I come and I start writing proposals, I start making phone calls and getting that sponsorship. Look, success is hard work. Like Cozy said, like Rosalind said, it looks glam on social media, but the tears, the sacrifice, the lows of not having even money to do things that you want to do because you sacrificed into this seed. That mind shift. How badly do you want it? What do you want? Have you figured that one out first? Then I said to myself, Guba, I want a president to come. I want somebody big. I want an MP to come. I want somebody. And I remember I wrote to Tony Blair at the time. And I was like, want you to come to the awards. This is what it's about. It's celebrating British Ghanaians that are doing well. And I think your office should be able to come and attend. And he wrote a letter back. Sometimes you think that something is so far away, but it's so close. When you try, you have to give it a try. When I got the letter, I was like, whoa, Tony Blair wrote me back? Like, onim Dentaa Amoateng, onim Guba way. You have to try. I stand here today because I didn't give up. I kept on trying. One day, some of you sitting here are going to be up here speaking because you tried. And now your story is going to impact on somebody that's sitting down. So he wrote back and he said, this is an amazing awards. Unfortunately, I can't attend, but I'm going to send my wife, Sherry Blair. And she came and she was like, oh, this is great, She came, but I can only stay for 30 minutes, have other engagements. I said, no problem at all. Please take a seat. She stayed for the whole event. Because once she knew and what she saw, the excellence that we delivered, the people that were honored, the people that were celebrated, she had no choice but to stay. Fast forward. Guba 2019 was our 10th year anniversary. And I said to my team, guys, let's do Guba in the US. And let's rebrand. You know, I know Ghana's our home, but let's go for Africa. Let's reward Africans. We're all black. We need unity. So that's when Grow, Unite, Build Africa came about. We've never done an awards in the US. I don't even know a lot of people in the US. And we decided to do it during the UN General Assembly. We wrote letters and we confirmed 6 African presidents to attend the Guba Awards. Now, the budget for the UN, I had no idea that everything is triple expensive during the UN General Assembly. And so I had to raise $300,000. I said, God, how am I going to get this money? I sent my team 4 days to the event. The day before the event is when I took the last money to the US. Because I believed that it was going to happen. I believed that I was going to get that sponsorship money. You have to think positive and you have to think big. But as you're thinking big, you take little steps to get there. The Guba Awards in the US was one of the best that we've had. I know sometimes a lot of you come to these events and you're like, God, when am I going to get there? I get a lot of emails. How can I be like you, Dentaa? No. How can you be you and do what you love? Look, our minds is split up into 2. Positive and negative. Positive and negative. Which one do you want to go for? In 2016, I got a letter. Dear Dentaa Amoateng, the Majesty, the Queen, would like to honor you for the work that you've been doing. And I was blown away. I was like, me, that came from Jaso, just had a little idea. And the Queen wants to honor me. You don't know who is watching you. You don't know who you are inspiring. So whatever you do, do with excellence. Do it with your heart. And always do the right thing. That moment was a great moment in my life. Going to Buckingham Palace to receive my MBE. With my children, my 4 children by my side. And they were inspired. How do you inspire somebody else through your journey? We all have an effect on people. And I also believe that for us, we should be more patriotic, talking to the youth now and everybody in the room. Let's love ourselves. Let's love Ghana. Even our names, the names that we give ourselves, so important. You won't go to the UK and hear a white person name their child Abna. Will you? So why use their names to name your children? For us to start loving each other and changing our mindset, we must love our names. I love Nigerians so much. Nigerian, their names are Oyolode, Ogbogbogboba, da da da. It means God's grace. The mindset that we are talking about starts from here. It starts from how we nurture our children and speak to our children and pour affirmations into our children. We need more Akosias, we need more Abenas, we need more whatever Ewe names we have, we need all of them. Let's start appreciating wearing made in Ghana. Let's start appreciating what we have. Because once we do, the Ghana we want to see will be amazing. And it starts with all of us. I have 4 children. I have Nokware. I have Adansie. I have Eria. And I have Eniji. Even with that, when they're introduced, they will ask them, where's your name from? It's from Ghana. That alone, a chain tourism. What does it mean? The truth. Your powerful names, oh, we have to start using them. Now, lastly, before I go, there's something I want to read. What God will bring you in overcoming poverty is not money, but opportunities. Yankopon first can be shown some more. But all the opportunities, Beba. But are you ready to see the opportunity? Are you ready to see the opportunity? Are you ready to be confident enough to go for it, for your dreams? Nelson Mandela said, "It always seems impossible until it's done." Sometimes we have visions and we think it's out of our reach. But it's not. You can achieve it. You can break that barrier. How many of you wake up in the morning and have affirmations? What do you say to yourself when you wake up in the morning after your prayer? Affirmations are so important. What you visualize is so important. I have a mood board in the house. Back in the UK, we had put the house that we wanted to live in, the car that we wanted to drive, the schools that we wanted our children to go to. And we've been able to achieve it because we see it every single day. Start having a board of where you want to go, where you want to be, who you want to see. And trust me, the more you see it, the more you affirm it, it will happen. There's nobody that I can say, when I say I want to meet them, I don't meet them. And yet, juju. It's sheer confidence and belief in myself. To To the young ladies, be more confident, be more assertive. You can do it. Thank you.
Hello. Oh, you can do better. Put your hands together. That's a beautiful dental for you. We're going to take our questions, 2 questions. 2. Who's going to be first? First question, where? Hey. Are you scared of asking her a question? You're scared? You're not scared of asking a question. So what's the question you want to ask? Those at the top. Do you have a question? What is this? You're waiting or you don't have a question? There's someone, yeah?
Okay, I think we have 2 hands up there.
All right, where? Up there? My goodness. How do I get up? Throw it. You buy microphone. If I throw it, you buy it. How do I get up? I go out, right? Okay, let's do this. Please wait for me. Finally, I made it to the top. Make some noise for me, yeah? After asking the question, you buy me calipo.
Thank you. Please, I want to ask, sometimes you are a student, you are learning, you have a dream, and you want to achieve it, but you have a lot of people around you who keep on saying you can't make it, and those kind of bad words who breaks your vim down. Such things, how do you overcome them? Thank you.
Thank you. Such things, you block them out of your mind. Those are distractions. Those are people that don't see your vision, that don't know who you're going to become in the future. They don't understand your purpose. They don't understand why you were born. And so with those people, you block them out. In fact, you don't even tell them your dream because they're only going to discourage you. You just pray about it and go for it. As long as you believe in yourself, believe in the product or whatever it is that you want to do, like I said, you can achieve it.
I think, hold on a minute. I think CEO wants to just help with the answer.
I wanted to add to what Dental said. You know, sometimes when you're in secondary school, there are some things I said earlier that I wish I knew then at your age, right? Now, chances are, where's the young lady? Chances are there are others like you in your school, all right? So what you need to do is socialize with those who think just like you. Now, one thing I learned 2015, 2016, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You would think, you would talk, you would end like them. So if you have 5 friends who are foolish, guess what? You'll rub off you. You'll be the sit fool. If you have 5 friends who are creative, guess what? You're going to be the sit creative person in the group. If you have 5 friends who are business-minded, it's going to rub off on you. So you, with a vision and a dream, find that person. Find those people in your class or in your house, wherever, who love to sit and read and think about the future. Those are the people you hang out with, and that's how you build yourself, okay? So forget the other people who are mocking you. They're going to see you driving a Range Rover and be like, hey, Charlie, she was learning.
If they don't get it, forget about it.
Thank you very much. Please, I'm Mohini Asante. Please, this is my simple question. It is like in our African community, young people are always not challenged to do things that others are doing because I'm thinking like there are certain things that are reserved for elderly or young adults. It's like as a young person, you don't have to do something that professors are doing, lecturers are doing, or members of parliament are doing. You may see something in your community that you think there is something wrong with that, but you can't approach maybe the chief or the king in that paramountcy. And my question is, how do we help young people to build social capital so that they can establish protocols that speak to people like His Royal Majesty the Tumfor, maybe His Royal Majesty the Gamanche, or the Greater Accra Regional Minister, and tell him that I have seen there is a gutter on the street of Medina and it is dirty. I want you to help me with my fellow young people to clean it up. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for the question. As young people, there's always somebody that will help you. There's, if you want to go to a Tumfor, definitely you have to speak to a certain type of person to get you there. But it can be done. Whatever it is that you want to change, don't just sometimes just be the single person. Get a group of you that will go and have the same vision and be able to talk to that particular person. Sometimes it's not just for you to do it alone, but when there's more of you, you can go and try and do that. So I think that look, I've entered rooms where I'm not supposed to be in the room. I remember 2014, I was managing at Asamoah Gyan, and we went to Zimbabwe. I organized a football match for one of their top footballers. So in the morning, all of the boys were getting the coach, and they said, oh, Dentaa, you can't go. The President Mugabe just wants to see the players. Oh, really? I'm the one organizing this event, so I think I will join you. They were like, oh, he really wants to see. I was like, no. And I went, and I'm the person that he enjoyed the most. No person did diamonds, cry, mommy. You have to be courageous. Sometimes you have to stand out. They could have told me, no, sit down. But I was like, no, I deserve to be in that room with President Mugabe. Why shouldn't I be there? I'm the one that put this whole thing together. But now is the boys just the boys? No, absolutely not. Have confidence to approach the situation at times. If you get a no, it's okay. Then you try another way. But even that no propels you, encourages you to go for it again so that you get the yes. Yes. Thank you.
Let's clap our hands.